Welcome to a new video on Jetta Media channel. Undecided whether to leave with kids? Pack your bags without any further thought. But first, discover with us some of the European cities with the best kid-friendly attractions.
Alright, come along with me.
1. In London with Harry Potter and Friends. Unmissable destination for young fans of the successful saga of the bespectacled English wizard. Magic lovers and aspiring Quidditch champions fly to London to visit the Warner Brothers studio, the making of Harry Potter theme park.
Hello, what?
You'll walk through sets from the films and little fans will feel like students at Hogwarts for a day. Board the original Hogwarts Express. Discover how the special effects were created. Fly on a broomstick thanks to the magic of CGI, and finally taste the delicious Barobera. Experiences that your children will be sure to enjoy. There is, of course, so much more to do and see with children in London, both outdoors and in the city's world-famous museums. Mark the National History Museum for a close encounter with dinosaurs.
The dinosaur's alive!
And the Science Museum, which has a section devoted entirely to young visitors. And don't forget a really fun ride upstairs on one of the famous double-deckers, the red double-decker buses that have become one of the symbols of the city.
I'll remember,
2. In Denmark to meet the Little Mermaid and dive into the Lego world. The encounter between the little ones and the famous Little Mermaid located in Copenhagen Harbour will surely be cute. Getting around the city by bicycle is a must with children. Don't miss the many opportunities for fun inside Tivoli Gardens. North of the city to Klampenborg, where Deer Park is located, should be marked in the agenda. In addition to Copenhagen, not to be missed by fans of the world's most famous bricks is a stop in Billund, home since 1968 to one of Europe's most famous theme parks, Legoland. Founded next to the original Lego factory, the park is made of more than 60 million colorful pieces. 3. In Berlin, on a museum tour. 4 years on the crest of a wave for young fashionistas and avant-garde artists, perhaps not everyone knows that this German metropolis is also perfect for children. It looks like a donut, no, a spaceship. The wooden ark of the new Anoha Children's Museum stimulates the imagination and fascinates not only the little ones, but also architecture enthusiasts. The Children's World, from the Jewish Museum Berlin, was created in collaboration with Seattle-based architecture firm Olsen Kundig. The new facility was built on a 29,000 square feet site across from the Jewish Museum, on the site of an old wholesale flower market. At Anoha, children ages 4 to 12 can discover, experiment and explore. For fans of video games, Berlin has been home since 1997 to the Computerspiele Museum, the first of its kind in the world. Here you will find more than 300 exhibits, including rare original pieces such as the first mass-produced computer space game, classic games, and works of art in game art and interaction performance. There are also special exhibitions on the history of games and the latest developments in game culture. Not just museums, don't forget a walk in the open air at the Volkspark, Berlin's oldest park. The nearly 30-hectare area, made green since 1967, with its nature learning path invites walking and jogging. It's a chance for Berliners to escape the metropolis. For children, there is a playground to discover and full of adventure. Here you can fly kites and in winter you can go sledding. In the park you will find the famous Marchenbrunnen, the fountain of fairy tales. 4. Amsterdam, between bicycles and tulips, and a special park that is literally fabulous. Kids will love this family-friendly city, all to be toured by bike and boat, water, scenic windmills, and lots of greenery. Some highlights. Efteling is a fairy tale theme park about 1 hour from Amsterdam that can also be reached by train. It was opened in 1952 and is pleasantly nestled in a forest full of flowers and natural ponds near the picturesque town of Kaatsheuvel. A unique theme park entirely dedicated to fairy tales, where you can spend a day with your head in the clouds in a fairy tale atmosphere. It houses numerous attractions, an enchanted forest, and shows of water games, lights, and music. Some still consider it to be the most fascinating theme park in Europe. Back in the city, among Amsterdam's various museums, we recommend instead Nemo, the leading Dutch science center, built in a spectacular building designed by artist Renzo Piano. Educational-themed interactive experiments and games for children and young people, where science becomes a real, child's play. Budapest. The Hungarian capital is perfect for a family trip with children, suitable and enjoyable for young and old alike. A trip aboard the children's train through the hills of Buda and a visit to the House of Wonders in the Budapest Science Museum are not to be missed. A little train led by kids, amid the green hills of Buda, less than half an hour from the center, parades for 11 kilometers, on narrow gauge tracks and with partly open carriages. The children's train, so called because the service is operated by 10 to 14-year-olds, under adult supervision. The excursion touches the most beautiful parts of the hills around Buda and allows a visit, at the terminus HVSVLGY, to the museum of this special little train. Also not to be missed is the City Zoo, one of the world's first zoological gardens, an architectural masterpiece dating back to the early 1900s. It houses nearly 70 pavilions, with some 500 mammals, 700 birds, 1,500 reptiles, fish and arthropods. The whole structure is so unique that some consider it the most beautiful zoo in Europe. And then again, all the excitement of the labyrinth. It is located near the castle and is a 1,200-meter-long cave system, about 16 meters deep, where kids can go exploring among the different exhibition areas: Paleolithic, speleological, historical, with wax statues of characters from Hungarian history. Would you like to suggest a city or children's attraction you'd like to see in one of our videos? Let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it.
One and all for your kind support.
If you want to learn about new fantastic trivia from all corners of the world, subscribe to our channel and join the Jetta Media community. See you soon.